Today, myself Deepali Patil from Maratha Vidya Prasarak Samaj, KBT College of Engineering. In the previous sessions, we had seen about the importance of electronic product design and what are the different classification of the product, then different stages which are involved in the designing of the product. Then we had seen about the user-centered design which is useful for the product designing. And in the previous session, we had seen about the five elements which are very useful for the successful design of the product. Now, in today's session, we will see about the different parameters in the another parameters for the product designing. The main objective of this session is to analyze the different parameters for packaging and enclosure for the electronic product. Second one is to analyze different parameters for manufacture, assembly, and disassembly. First, we will see about the packaging. Now, every product is packed in the packaging format. So in the packaging and also for the enclosure, it plays very important role for the electronic products. So your package and enclosure that will be defined generally by the uh, customer needs, then system requirements, cooling design, and the operational environment. So depending on this parameter, the packaging and the enclosure will be obtained. If any additional physical and environmental factors are there, then they will restrict the shape of the enclosures and also the materials which is used for preparing that particular enclosure. So generally what is the packaging? It is nothing but the mechanical structure which support and gives the orientation of components within an electronic product. So different markets for the electronic products call for the different packaging and enclosure. So for the we had already seen the classification of the product. They are related with the either consumer product, then industrial product or the military product. So depending on that applications, they are having the different packages for that product and also the different enclosures. Now the different constraints which affect the this packaging and the enclosure for the product are: first one is the cost, second one is size, next shape, then weight, material, finishing, then appearance, ergonomics, serviceability, regulations, and standard. So all these parameters we have to consider or they are affect the packaging and enclosure for the particular product. So here if you consider the packaging, the cost will tend to be prime factor for the consumer product. Then for industrial instrumentation, it focuses on the service support and the reliability. It should be high. In this case, the cost is not a prime factor. Then in medical market, it demands the rushed and the safe devices compared to the cost parameter. Then last one is the military equipment. They also requires the very high ruggedness, high reliability, and good performance in the packaging. And cost is the lower priority for the military equipments. Now, in the packaging, physical environment is another factor for the selection of the packaging for the particular product. Now, here, if you consider the different examples of the physical environment, like if you use the home appliances or the kitchen appliances, their environment is different. Then, for the farm machinery, environment is different. Then, automobiles, aircraft, for medical, then for the spacecraft, for military weapons, for the process controlling, then for the petroleum companies, the physical environment is different in all these applications. So depending on this applications, the packaging is to be designed. So it involves the following factors that affect the instrument design on the for the packaging. First one is the temperature and cooling. uh, so you have to design the packaging such that it should not be affected by these parameters. So you have to consider actually these parameters whenever you prepare the packaging there for that particular product. First parameter is temperature and cooling. Next one is the vibration and shock. Then humidity and condensation. Then electromagnetic interference. Then salt spray and corrosion. Pressure and attitude. After that vacuum outgassing, then radiation upsets and hardness. So whenever these parameters are to be considered for the packaging, they should not exceed its limit or they should not be below the specification of this limit. So you have to design the packaging such that they should get the appropriate parameters in the specified range of the product. Then we will see about the here also we can next parameter is the design for the manufacture, assembly and disassembly. For this, the enclosures and the packaging, they are generally account for the most of the manufacturing in electronics product. So cost is in manufacturing is based on the different materials, configurations, complexity of the product, then molding, machining, casting, assembly, and testing of the product. So all these parameters constitute the cost in the manufacturing. Now, to some ways are there to reduce the cost of both assembly and the production. Ultimately, that will reduce the cost of the product also. So that our first one is the simple and automated assembly. So generally we have to use the assembly such that that can be obtained by using the automated machines, or and it should be simple one. Then reduction of the adjustment and calibration. So you have to use the assembly such that it should be reduced for the adjustment, and you have to use the calibration for the products which is to be assembled. Then interchangeable parts. So if any failure occurs, that time it should be easily interchangeable. So that should be available for the your product manufacturing. Then there should be minimum inventory and a parts handling. So the invention for the some components in the designing of the product should be minimum, and the part handling whenever you use that particular products, the part handling should be minimum. Then adaptation of the existing manufacturing capabilities. So if you design the product by using the existing manufacturers, then you have to adapt that capabilities for manufacturing of the your product. Then you have to use the minimum vendor count. So to reduce the cost, if your vendor count is less, your ultimate cost will be minimized. Then you have to also use the modular construction, that also minimizes the manufacturing cost. So if the modular constructions you are using, so if disassembly is required, then you can easily disassemble that particular modules one by one. So modular construction is also important. Now manufacturing and assembly. Now the manufacturing is nothing but here actually question is there whether you have to buy or build. Generally it is applicable for the enclosures. Now sometimes many enclosures they are available off the shelf. So if needed, then only you have to build a new enclosures. Otherwise you can use the enclosures which are already available, so that you can they will minimize the cost. Total tooling cost will be minimized, then they can deliver quickly, also they are cheaper for the small and medium quantities. Whenever you need to design a new enclosure, that is the custom design is required, that time only you have to use the new designing for the enclosure, and it is generally used for the large quantities, and it is cheaper for the large quantities. Then the materials for using of that enclosures is also varying. So many generally for the enclosure the material which is used is the different plastics that are available. They are generally used for the small enclosures. So selecting the required material for the particular enclosure, it is generally trade-off between the cost, then stability, temperature tolerance, resistance, chemical abrasion and chemical resistance. So we have to select the material depending on the application of the product, where that particular product is used, and for that particular product which enclosure type of the enclosure is to be used. For the plastic enclosure, it is useful for the small enclosures. Then for the larger cabinets, the metal is or steel, aluminum is used for the larger cabinets. So that material we have to select depending on the applications, and also it also related with the their weight, strength, rigidity. So according to that, we have to select that particular material for the enclosure. Then assembly. Now here whenever we assemble the product, that time we have to use the number of components or parts into that particular product. So we have to assemble that parts one by one. So if the number of parts are less, then they will reduce the cost of assembly, and finally they will also reduce the product cost. the material which is used for the uh, assembly of the enclosure, that is the attachment plastic or metallic. So again we had already seen that the material for the enclosure is generally the either plastic or the metallic. So here generally different attachment is provided. If your enclosure is of the uh, different enclosure is used by using the plastic molding, sometimes it can be used by using the riveting, welding, or by using screwing. So different parts of the product can be assembled together either of these methods. That is the one is the molding, second one is the welding, then riveting and screwing of the parts together. So mostly whenever we are using the for small enclosure, small amount of enclosure, plastic molding is used. In that case, in the large quantities, actually the plastic molding is used and easy. It is cheapest and quickly for that the case. Then if the metallic enclosures are there, then that time the riveting or the welding is used. But riveting is faster and cheaper compared to the welding of the enclosure. But whenever we are using the shielding for EMI, that time we have to use the welding. Then another type is the snap fit packaging is also there, which uses the molded plastic components that will snap together. So it reduces the pick and place problems in the automated assembly with screws. But it has the one disadvantage that it is having the large tolerance and size is also more. So it requires the more space compare and also compared to the screw. So if you use the screw type assembly for the packages, then it will provide a tighter tolerance and also it is having the small size compared to the snap fit molded pieces. Then we have to see about the maintenance and disassembly. Now here for maintenance and disassembly, it determines the need and priority for maintenance and disassembly before you design an instrument enclosure. So you should know what is the need and priority for the maintenance. So to reduce the downtime of the instrument, you have to use this maintenance and disassembly. So different factors which we have to consider for the maintenance and the disassembly are: first one is the human factors. So here we have to see what is the important from the human point of view, that is the ergonomics, cognition and image. Which parameter is important? That parameters we have to see. Then reliability. In this case we have to see how often we are opening the enclosure for repairing purpose. According to that the reliability will varies. So if you open for repairing for the more time, reliability will be reduced. Then accessibility. It is if you want to replace any damaged parts, so it should be easily accessible. So you have to see the accessibility of that particular damaged parts. Mostly we have to replace the fuse, so it should be easily accessible and safely replaced. So you have to see that in case of the accessibility and maintenance frequency means how many times you require to change any damageable parts. That is nothing but the maintenance frequency. Then next one is the ease of handling. So how easily you can handle that particular product. So that also the important factors to be considered for the maintenance. Then capabilities and qualification of the service personnel. So here you have to consider any special skills and the knowledge is needed. That parameter you have to consider for the qualification of the service person, that service to be provided to the user by using that particular knowledgeable person. So that parameter also you have to consider for the maintenance. Okay, for this parameters you can refer the book Electronic Instrument Design by Kim Fowler. The topics are covered in 5.1 to 5.3. Thank you.